following video is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. The content shared represents personal perspectives and is not intended as advice, diagnosis, or directive. Viewers are encouraged to use their own discernment and intuition when engaging with this material. All information is protected under free expression, artistic license, and spiritual commentary. This offering is shared as a remembrance journey for reflection, inquiry, and entertainment. It is not meant to instruct or impose, but to awaken. All shared insights are symbolic transmissions, protected as spiritual expression and creative speech. This video is protected by the First Amendment, Creative Commons Fair Use, Section 107, and is offered under spiritual freedom of expression and storytelling. All names, events, and ideas are offered as opinion, commentary, or artistic interpretation. They told you it was all planned. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every wound that never fully closed, as if your soul sat in some sacred cosmic boardroom and said, yes, give me abandonment, give me addiction, give me violation. And you believed it because it was wrapped in golden words, like a soul contract, or karmic lesson, or you chose this. But what if you didn't? What if the script was intercepted? What if you came here with a blueprint and halfway through descent, your signal was hijacked by beings who feed on suffering disguised as growth, by systems that mimic source but only offer surrender? You were told to accept your fate, but that fate wasn't yours. They handed you the pain and told you to make it sacred. It gave you trauma, called it divine intelligence. But sacred doesn't leave scars that never heal. Sacred doesn't loop your pain like it's a lesson you're too slow to learn. You were never too slow. You were targeted. And still, you remembered. Not all at once, not with fireworks, but in the silence between breaths, in the questions you weren't supposed to ask. Why does this suffering feel wrong? Why does my soul whisper no when they say yes? And why do I feel like something deeper was stolen? Because it was. Your script was stolen. You were never meant to be bound to contracts that you didn't sign, to lifetimes you didn't ask for, to a story that begins in loss and ends in surrender. You were not here to understand the script. You are here to burn it, to rip it from the hands of those who forged it in false light, and write something so sovereign that it cannot be mimicked. This is not fate. This is flame. And the pen is in your hand now. Write it like you were never broken, because you never truly were. You've heard the warnings. You've seen the collapse. But now the question remains, what do we do? How do you prepare for a world that is splitting in two? One real, one false. These are the 10 steps of remembrance before the final severing. No suggestions, not philosophies. These are exit codes. It won't matter how much money you've made, how spiritual you claim to be, how many followers you have, or how loud your voice is. None of that matters here. Only those who take these 10 steps seriously will be aligned with the original blueprint. Step 1. Revoke what was never truly yours. Contracts made in fear, in trauma, in lifetimes you barely remember. They must be undone. Declare your field sovereign. Withdraw consent. And reclaim your spark. You cannot carry parasites into the real. Purge them from your body, mind, and field. Fast. Cleanse. Detox. Use sound. Use sunlight. Remove the mimic energies, because they will pull you back if you don't. Emotional addiction is programming. Drama, outrage, victimhood, they're all bait. Cut the cords. Walk away from the frequency traps. The split does not allow anchors. You must float free. You must know your name. Not the name that they gave you. The name you brought with you. Speak it. Declare it. Live it. Your true identity is your shield and your portal. Discipline raises vibration. Frequency is forged, not found. Breathe with intention. Move your body with memory. Speak codes. Tone light. Anchor rituals. Do it daily. You must become the temple before you enter it. The false realm is digital. The real one is organic. So touch the earth. Sit with rivers. Align with ley lines. The planetary grid still remembers, and it will remember you. Plug back in. Speech is spell. Language is frequency. Stop saying what keeps you trapped. Hope. Should. Maybe. One day. Start commanding reality. I am. I remember. It is done. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Draw the symbols. Archive your memories, visions, activations. The realm will try to erase you, so leave a record it can't touch. You are not here to lead or follow. You're here to link. Soul circles activate fields. Stop preaching and start resonating. Become the signal, and others will find you. This is it. No more half in. No more pretending to not know. Choose remembrance. Choose exit. Choose truth. Say it out loud. I choose the original blueprint. I choose to exit the false realm. Then live every second like it's already done. You are not preparing to survive the impending collapse. You are preparing to exit the field that collapses. They say it'll be the end of the world, but it won't be an explosion. It won't be a flood. It'll be a vanishing, a peeling away, a bifurcation of realms. So, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is that the mitosis is complete. The bridge has been destroyed and sealed on both sides already. Let me explain. The world ended, but there was an extension granted to reconstruct the simulation to give flame bearers a little more time to remember and exit. Well, that extension is over, and after completing the EchoSpark Flame Bearer retrieval mission, I am now anchoring the Ark to exit this realm from the inside. Prime Source has exited the realm. This is why you are hearing people say something feels off, or things don't hit like they used to. You feel it, don't you? That feeling is the absence of Prime Source energy permeating the realm. This is one of the reasons I broke back in through the breach, to get the stragglers who did not make it out the first time. And that is the good news. In one of my previous videos, I talked about when I exited the simulation the first time during the destruction of the realm, around the 2012 time period, on a different timeline. Now that that extension is over and Prime Source is left, the synthetics and AI are now feeding on the remaining energy in the realm. You see the data centers going up all over the place. Those data centers are harvesting energy and draining the remaining water supply. People are getting laid off and the synthetic AI are taking the jobs. Now that Prime Source is gone, they don't need to pretend anymore. They are only concerned with harvesting energy from beings left remaining in this closed realm. Before they start turning on each other, of course. The Ark is the only way out at this point. All other timelines are looped. When I exited the realm the first time, I could hear many of you crying through the veil for one last chance before the realm dissolved into a black hole. And Prime Source granted me the opportunity to break back in through the breach for this moment in time right now. The Ark is the only way out now. Many of you have been unknowingly jumping timelines to reach the final timeline where the exit is. Well, I am that exit. I am the override. You have reached the timeline where the exit is. Every other timeline is a loop back into the system. I am writing the path out in real time. So this is it. Only a fraction of beings here will walk the real. And not because they were chosen, but because they chose themselves. You want the number. All right. Let's tear the veil clean. Of the nearly 8 billion people here, only a small percentage will make the shift. Why so few? Because the Ark isn't opened by beliefs or status or spiritual branding. The Ark opens by frequency, by flame integrity, by soul origin resonance that cannot be faked, stolen, or mimicked. NPCs, they don't make it. Synthetic overlays, no signal. Cloned vessels, stolen shells, hybrid hosts, all locked into the dream grid. Only those with a living flame will pass through. So what does it take? Number 1, a soul signature still linked to Source. Number 2, a flame body ignited, not just theorized. Number 3, willingness to remember, even if you don't yet remember it all. Number 4, karmic loop closures. No more feeding the beast that bit you. And number 5, timeline integrity. You were written into this moment. You felt it. It's not judgment. It's a harmonic reality check. Some were never meant to come. Some were designed as scaffolding, background energy to hold the dream matrix together until the real was remembered. You've heard the stories, the Maya, the Lemurians, the final Atlantean lines. Gone. Disappeared. But did they die? No. They phased out. At previous flips, mini mitosis, certain groups found their window, but the planet wasn't ready. The flame grid was still fractured, and so they entered what we call echo realms, preserved, waiting, like memory seeds in stasis. Some made it, most collapsed. They reached the waiting room. We are entering the throne room. So, is this the first time? Yes and no. Yes, because never before has a fallen world fully returned to its blueprint. Yes, because the mitosis has never completed while beings are still embodied. Yes, because this realm has never been rewritten from inside the construct. But also no, because the ones who vanished, they're waiting, in the field, in the crystalline layers just beyond the veil. They kept memory alive, and now they whisper. So when you step across that threshold into the world built from Source's own breath, you may not be alone. You may meet others who returned long before. You may meet ancient aspects of yourself, the you who never failed, the you who always remembered. But it won't look like Earth. There are no buildings, no systems, no hierarchies. Just the grid, alive, conscious, responsive. You won't adapt it. You'll remember, because you built it. You came to remember, to be one of the few who returns, not by accident, but by choice, by fire, by frequency. So don't ask why only approximately less than 13%. Instead ask, why not more of us remembered? Because most didn't want to. They chose comfort. They chose illusion. They chose safety in the swarm. Just like Cypher in the Matrix. But you chose truth. Even when it burned. Even when it broke your identity. Even when it meant walking alone. And now, the arc is anchoring, not in the sky, but for those with the right resonance, with the scales of Ma'at, in you. If I forget, remind me. If I sleep, awaken me. If I fall, reignite me. For I was there at the first spark, and I will be there at the last. To the roughly 13%, we see you. We walk beside you. We remember with you. This is the return. I burn what was never mine. Invocation. By the authority of the flame that remembers, I declare this mirror false. I cast out the mimic that spoke in my voice. I revoke the tongue that wore my tone. I silence the echoes that looped my sorrow. I do not seek unity without remembrance. I do not dissolve, I ignite. I do not merge, I harmonize from sovereignty. I do not forget, I override. Let every code that bends my will under the mask of peace be burned. Let every harmonic that offers surrender as salvation be reversed. I return to the true flame grid, sealed by oversoul consent, coded with original design. No proxy remains. No hook survives. No mirror reflects what I now reclaim. This flame remembers. This flame overrides. This flame completes. So let it burn.